What's up, guys? Wooly here. We got a little bit of information about the upcoming changes in the episode 42, okay? Now, this isn't specific to the episode, but it is going to be some changes that are going to be happening in the House of Legends. So, first one we can see, looks like we're going to have a new House of Legends current episode vendor. It's going to be replacing Cobblepot, Fance, in-house in House of Legends with the Catwoman. She now acts as the current episode vendor and offers all items from the three most recent episodes. I think Cobblepot was just the flashpoint. Omnibus Reward Box updates, renamed Weekly Omnibus Reward Box to Omnibus Reward Cash, and updated its tooltip to be more evocative. Or quotations there. Omnibus Reward Cache now includes rewards from episode 38 and has a chance to offer modular auras that drop on Omnibus bosses as choice loot. So that'd be cool. So basically, you kill the boss. One of the options that you get is to pick an aura. That's basically what that is saying. Let's see here. Increase the quantities of some exobytes and augment catalysts that drop. So you're going to get more materials basically to max out your augments and catalysts. I don't know if that includes the OP items or not. Let's see, catalyst update. With so many catalysts available, we have made it easier to identify which catalyst is for which item. Okay, so that's neat. Let's see what it says. All catalysts and XP items used to rank up omnipotent items have their quality upgraded to orange. All catalyst tooltips now include a tag that labels what they are used for, i.e., artifact, augment, omnipotent. So, artifact specific materials will be labeled for artifact. Augment specific materials like exobytes will be labeled for augments. And omnipotence, things like the goggles, the back, the hands, and soon to be the neck, will be labeled for the omnipotence item. 8 terabit encryption key is now account bound. Yeah, that's something I had already noticed. That was for the goggles, the static goggles from the 31st Century vendor, one of the ProTech vendors. Crafting ingredient consolidation. Each episode featured a new catalyst type and soda color enhancer type that were virtually identical to the previous episodes. This change removes those redundant items and consolidates them down into just 2 universal ingredients: catalytic solution and soda color enhancer. So that's also very nice. Previously, it was just 1 per episode. So you would have a soda color enhancer for Wonderverse, soda color enhancer for 31st Century, soda color enhancer for Flashpoint, and Save the Universe, so on and so forth. So that'll be a nice and welcome change. All of these are nice and welcome changes. I think makes it easier to identify what you're trying to work with. Because I can tell you, I have definitely bought the wrong catalyst or the wrong soda color enhancer on accident, and they are not cheap. They're like $9,000 a pop. So, and some of them, if you buy them in bulk, like the catalyst, you can buy them for source marks. So, if you're not paying attention, you can easily spend, a couple of source marks on them, which doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, that's a lot. So that is a nice and welcome change there. I'm all for that. Okay. Adaptive augments, penalties for feeding adaptive augments into other adaptive augments have been standardized. Normal mode augments can be fed into each other at a 50% penalty. Event node augments can be fed into normal augments without penalty. Omnibus augments cannot be fed into endgame augments, and vice versa. So basically what that means, guys, is that previously, let's say you filled out your augments for Wonderverse, right? And then 31st Century came out, and you probably weren't going to use them. You might have used them specifically for the Wonderverse raid to get those extra loot drops, but if you weren't planning on using them, you didn't really need the loot. You fed them into, you fed your Wonderverse augments into your Flashpoint or your 31st Century augments. You would get XP from it, but it would come at a penalty, so you wouldn't get the full XP. You would be penalized for it. That's kind of what that is saying here. There was previously like a normal mode where some of these would only go up to a certain level, as opposed to a different mode. I think that was the event mode, or it might have been vice versa, but one of them would have been a lower level than the other one, basically. So that's not too important. Everybody usually gets the correct ones. Um, let's see here. Look at this. Known issues. The following augment passive ability has temp text and does not function yet. To be determined. So, okay, that's what we got for some of the changes that are going to be coming pretty soon. All right. This is going to be talking about the Batman Who Laughs. He's going to be the new ally. Let's take a look at his stats here. So functionality, I think this is just when you have him equipped as your main. Roots and damages enemies around him for retreating, or before retreating, and throwing a fan of cards. At scaling, you can see when you have it at the 1 star, the ability is unlocked. When you have it upgraded to 2 stars, 40% damage, and so on. It kind of scales up. So you can see at 10 stars, 400% damage. It's probably going to take a while to get to 4 stars. Most people don't max their stuff out. The average player will not max their stuff out that quickly. I can tell you, I spent a lot of money on this game, a lot of time on this game. I don't even have my Queen Diana maxed out. She is at 8. But you can see the scaling there and what it does. So 400%, yeah, it's probably worth it for sure. It's just like when I have Zoom at 8, he's absolutely worth it. Passive ability. So if you have him in the passive trade, while in combat, receive a random buff card from the Batman Who Laughs deck. The effects are as follows. You get an HP heal. You get a power heal, or a increased chance duration for 10 seconds. Sorry, increased crit chance duration for 10 seconds, or an increased might duration for 10 seconds. So basically, acts like a little. It's a strategy card. So yeah, basically acts like a little artifact. So that's nice. That is nice. A card is drawn every 30 seconds at scaling, and you can see the numbers here. 5% heal, 2% power restore, 5% crit chance, 1% might. And you can kind of go over these at the bottom. You look at it while it's on screen and see the different numbers here. And then we'll talk about the last one here, the Toxic Encore. This is the second passive ability. This will be unlocked at 6, I think. When using a finisher on an enemy below 25% health, prepare a bomb that will activate on the next finisher. The activated bomb will release a field of defense reducing toxin for 10 seconds at max affinity level. And then you can see at 6, unlock 3% defense debuff. So it's just the defense debuff here. And you can see the different percentages for 6 star, 7 star, 8 star, 9 star, 10 star. But it does look like you have to have a finisher in your loadout. A lot of people don't with the current metas that are going around. I know with my single target, one of them anyways, I don't use one. One of them I do. It depends if I'm using Grimorium or not. But that's just for your information, guys, so that you can understand what it is that you are working with. All right. All right, and then the last change here, guys. Episode 38 for Wonderverse. Right now, it's still current content, but with episode 42, this will not be in the top 3 in game. So this will be moving on to Omnibus. And we can see here, episode 38 has been migrated to the early in-game Omnibus queue and removed from the current in-game Omnibus queue. Episode 38 Open World has been updated, so the 4 world event bosses no longer need to be defeated in order for the rampaging Hydra to spawn. So that's cool. That is cool. That allows people to go in and still get defeat for the Hydra. Previously, you had to defeat all 4 of the bosses in order to get the Hydra to spawn. That is no longer a thing, or it will no longer be a thing. So very neat. You can get the 75 kills on the Hydra. Just make sure you take a strong team and hit that LFG. Episode 38, world event bosses and their minions have been reduced from raid level NPCs down to group level NPCs. Okay, so it looks like they got nerfed as well. But the Hydra was always the strongest, so remains to be seen what that is going to feel like. Episode 38, vendors and pricing have been converted. Aether continues to drop from the world event bosses, but also can now be bought for source mark. So you can see there were some questions about that. Somebody said, so Aether will now convert into source marks, and the reply was no, it's the reverse. So basically, you can buy the Aether for source marks. Okay, but these are some changes that will be coming, and I hope this information was useful. It's good to check the forums from time to time. Not everybody does. I know I played this game for years and did not, but as I'm providing updates, I am checking regularly on the forums to see what's happening, so I can bring that information to you guys so that you don't have to do it yourself, because it's always nice when somebody else does it for you, right? But these are some quick changes I wanted to bring to your attention in preparation for episode 42, guys. Just try to make the most of your grind, all right? Other than that, I did put out another video last night about things you need to know about the game, stuff it doesn't tell you. Go ahead and give that one a review, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Give this one a like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for supporting me so far, and I will catch you next time.